Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel and welcome to another boys reaction video. So today I'm going to be watching, reviewing, and reacting to Season 2, Episode 7 of The Boys. Alright guys, I actually just watched the last two episodes and now I'm going right into this one. I'm trying to do a bit of a binge right now because I've gotten very far behind on this series, really in general because of health issues and the election and everything. So I'm trying to do as much of a binge as possible. It's kind of an interesting time to do it because if you guys watch my last two videos, you know that my jaw situation is happening again. It keeps popping out, and so I'm trying to like keep the talking and the craziness reduced if I possibly can, and it's a little bit hard sometimes with this show. But I'm trying to plow through again because I've been pretty far behind. You know, normally when my jaw is shitty, I would try not to film, but we're just getting too far behind. And I've got a little time to film today, so I'm trying to plow ahead with as much as I possibly can. So we're going right into this next episode, and I'm really curious to see what's going to happen with this Stormfront Homelander relationship in particular getting stronger, and Lamplighter now being on board and with the boys. Seeing what they're actually going to do with him, what the consequences are going to be, what's going to happen. So, again, let's not waste any more time with this preamble. Let's get right into episode 7. Here we go.
I gotta be honest with you now.
Mm-hmm.
It brings me no pleasure to tell you this, but we also had a mole in the 7.
Oh.
Right, one of our own. Starlight.
No.
I know.
And they're announcing it publicly, so I guess they're planning on being done with her.
Anyone else?
Oh, Huey.
Put him in. All of them.
Ah! Fuck!
Okay, this is insane.
Oh my god! I should have stopped, but I couldn't help. Oh, there it is. Okay. I was like, I was so sure that's what he was reacting to. Of course they pulled that. But yeah. Yeah, now he's like, what the fuck? I have to do something.
I bet you she's from 42D. This
Hmm?
is over for me. My whole life is over, okay?
So then why are you there?
This is your last chance to be a hero again. Come on, I mean, you want me to cuck? Or you want me to be the guy who fucks the wife?
This is how he's gonna sell him. This guy is such a douche, like so many of them.
Yeah.
He's like the Deep, but kind of worse.
Consensually, come on.
But he wasn't hard like you. That's why you're still here and he's dead, isn't he?
You beat the fucking shit out of both of us, didn't you?
Maybe I'll push you a bit hard. I heard ya. You
fuck?
afraid of anything? No? Are you the strongest bastard you know? You? Tougher than I ever was. Oh, you're welcome.
You're welcome. As if it was worth it. Look at what his life is.
Lenny stuck that gun in his mouth. You couldn't hack it anymore, and you're pissed off to join the SAS like a right cunt. You're the one who abandoned him, not me.
Oh god.
You're a fucking monster. Just for the go.
No. You could not possibly understand. I was raised the same way as him. That kid doesn't know anything about anything. When he sees the outside world, he's going to panic. And that's going to fuck him up. I do not want my son to have to go through what I went through.
His life.
I mean, he actually has a pretty solid point. Not that I want to give anything to Homelander, but that...
And I know that that means something to you. I do, and if you take him away from me, this whole world will feel so confusing and frightening.
But, Rebecca, you are lying to him.
Because I love him. And I know a part of you loves him too.
I can't believe I'm kind of on Homelander's side.
What's best for him is to be here with me, with his mother.
I mean, yeah, to be with you, but there?
To give him a childhood you never had. We can do that if he's here with me. Please, I'm begging you, please.
When he was a little boy, 5 or 6, he was quite sweet.
He's like,
He'd cuddle
sweet.
up to me. He loved stories about Davy Crockett, Teddy Roosevelt.
Not what you were expecting to
Loved
hear,
the
Butcher?
idea of the woods, the forest, manifest destiny. But you know, I needed him to be the strongest man in the world. So I went to work on him. He didn't even want it.
Sound kind of familiar,
It
Butcher?
was for me.
Yeah. Just kind of
And that wasn't your only sin,
reiterating Annie's comparison.
was it? It weren't Homelander who hid my wife away all them years. It ever occurred to you? The pain you cause sorry bastards like me, because I'm about to go into that room next door to your daughter, and I'm gonna bash her brains out. And then I'm gonna find your 2 sons and their wives and their little kiddies. Your whole fucking family dies today. Or you help me. What's it gonna be, Doc?
How can you be so...
How could you just be surprised? You know what Homelander is. This sort of thing is the product of actions of men like you. And his father.
I can't remember.
I wanted to do it in front of my statue.
What?
He was just walking around like, what the hell is happening?
I just wanted to make my dad proud.
What the fuck? Oh my god! Oh my god!
Huey! I shouldn't be laughing, but... Oh, God. He went there just to kill himself to make a statement to Vought about, hey, you fucked me over, so here this is, and Huey's like, come on! It's like, well, yes. So you brought me in here. That wasn't helpful. No! Oh, God. Oh. Ugh. Oh, Maeve? What? The fuck?
Was that an almond joy? He has a tree nut allergy.
Oh! That's his weakness? Tree nuts?
You must feel confused and there are reasons for it.
Don't touch me! I hate you!
Shit.
I think he just needs a little space. Come here, son.
No. All right, he needs his mother. Don't worry, he'll still have a mother.
Not you. You're not a mother figure.
Hey, Ryan! No! Ryan! No!
What's he even gonna say? What? The head popper? Where is she? Oh my god! Jesus!
What the fuck do we do now?
What the hell? But why would she go and... Okay, well, that was episode 7, and it was absolutely insane. That episode was packed full of insanity. That was a really great episode, but also just I'm in shock at the moment by that ending. I did not see that coming. Like I don't know. I guess I felt like something had to happen to prevent him from just openly testifying in a way that would be harmful to Homelander and Vought, or at least overly harmful, but I didn't expect his and everybody else's heads to fucking explode suddenly. Though I guess that had to come back beyond just what we saw in episode 6 with the hospital, right? I mean, for such a prominent character from season 1 to have her head blown up like that, it had to come back in a really significant way, and it sure did! So now, I guess they're kind of screwed yet again, because they were looking for witnesses to come here, and Lamplighter fucking burns himself alive, so he takes himself off the table. But then they manage to get Vogelbaum, and now his head is blown up, so he's also gone. And so now what? They're back to square one with nothing against Vought. So it seems like it would be in Vaught's best interest to orchestrate that head popping situation, right? But some of their people got killed there too, so I don't know what the hell just happened. I mean, was it specific people that were picked out? Was it random and they were just blowing up the heads of various people for like a terroristic situation? I don't know, but I guess that's certainly laying the groundwork for an explosive, I didn't actually mean to pun there, but there it is, finale for the next episode. But yeah, this was a crazy episode all the way through. So, and everything with Lamplighter, first of all, he turns out to be a massive douchebag, which you kind of got the sense in the previous episode, but not nearly as much as this one, that whole like porn situation. And it seems like you think that Huey has convinced him to try to be a hero one more time, to go and try and save Annie with him. But nope, turns out that he was just going along so that he could go in and try to light himself on fire to make a statement to Vought in front of his statue. But since it no longer exists, he just does it in the conference room. And then Huey is like, fuck you, man! So you got me in here and just basically screwed me over completely. So the opposite of being a hero in any way, shape, or form. But still, he persists, and he is... Luckily, Annie had escaped already, and Maeve came through. That's another big thing. Maeve comes through and saves Annie, helps Annie out, so another big step by her. And I don't know what's going to happen, because presumably Black Noir, you know, he's come around, so presumably he would try to... I mean, I know he doesn't speak, but he would try to explain what happened to somebody, right? That... Or, I mean, I guess maybe he didn't know it was Maeve, because she came up behind him and stuff that. So I guess that's probably it, right? I'm trying to work this all out as it goes, because I was going to say you'd think that he would give away to someone that she did that to him and helped Annie get away, but she did come up behind him, so maybe he doesn't know who it was that did that. I guess, maybe. That seems like the only thing that would make sense, I guess. Yeah. And then we get to see more of the Homelander Stormfront dynamic, which is her straight up trying to basically convince him to take his son away from his mother, which at the end, indeed, he does do. And so now he's off with them, which is not the greatest place to be to begin with, because they're both volatile, narcissistic murderers. But even beyond that, even if they weren't going to do something to potentially harm him physically, obviously they could fuck him up emotionally, and that's not the parental figures you want for a young kid. At the same time, I was really surprised by how much I was kind of agreeing with Homelander when he was talking to Becca about... I mean, it's not great to be lying to him and you don't want to completely isolate him away there. I get that it was being done originally to keep him away from Homelander. And they wanted to, like, raise him up to be, like, Vought property, and they thought it would be better to have a mother there and try to bring that level of love and normalcy to not do the same thing they did that they screwed up with Homelander and turned him into the monster that he is. But there's also a degree of, you know, socially isolating your kid with only, like, his mom and a couple of other fake contacts his whole life growing up is not really preparing him to turn out to be a well-adjusted, healthy adult either. And then if you're gonna reveal to him that he's been lied to forever... So, I mean, Homelander had some decent points there that maybe, you know, it's time for him to start coming out into the world. Not with Homelander. But... yeah, it was interesting, and it was interesting to see because it seemed as though, you know, you can tell, and she said, on some level, I think you love him too. You can tell that in whatever capacity he's able to care, he does have some sort of care, at least in the way of projecting his own experience onto his son, and his son is like an extension of himself, saying, I don't want my son to go through what I went through. There's at least some level of caring and concern there, but again, also, he's under Stormfront's little puppet fingers, and so they end up taking him in the end. Not good. So that's another place where we are going into the finale. Then just another really interesting thing about this episode, I think a lot of it was highlighting the, like, father-son relationship, not just in terms of Homelander and Brian, but, you know, obviously Butcher and his father, and then Vogelbaum talking about bringing up Homelander, and then even with Lamplighter talking about his father and wanting to make his father proud. And just kind of like the damage that could be done. So I think that seeing Butcher with his father really, really brought home the point of, like, how he got to be where he is, and the discussion of his brother who he loved, and everything, and the impact that has had on turning him into this kind of cold, brutal person who honestly isn't that much different from Homelander in a lot of ways. And I mean, again, Annie's comparison being apt, and then you even see Butcher kind of realizing it in that moment when he hears Vogelbaum talking about how Homelander was a sweet child, and then he kind of intentionally led him down this one direction because he needed him to be tough and the strongest man in the world, and how his own father's words were kind of echoing in that, and then him kind of having to come to grips with the idea, yeah, maybe Homelander and I are kind of the same, and for kind of the same reasons. So there was some depth there in this episode that was very interesting. But yeah, so one episode left, and a lot of stuff left to come together. We now have Ryan off with Homelander and Stormfront. We have this head popper situation that is dangerous, and who knows what the boys are now gonna do that they've lost their basically One-Shot and Lamplighter. I'm kind of disappointed at how quickly Lamplighter was taken off the table. I would have thought, since they got this well-known actor to come in and play him, that he would have had more of an impact and role. It seems almost like he was just there, I don't know, for, like, just to throw him in there as, like, a cameo sort of shock value, but it was still entertaining, so. But, alright, I'm gonna wrap this up here, guys. Again, thank you so much for joining me, and hopefully I will see you next time for the finale. Bye.